Hey guys, it's Harley. I did chapter 3. Um, so basically this chapter was all about thinking and acting like a consumer. Basically we get bombarded all day, every day by ads and marketing ploys. And at this point we've stopped paying attention. We DVR shows so we can skip commercials, or during commercial breaks we go to the bathroom or check our phone. We don't really look at billboards on the highway unless we're like looking for an exit or something. Um, we delete spam and junk email, and we get really upset when we get ad text messages, which is, let me tell you, is probably the most annoying thing to me, is those ad text messages. Also, somebody should really tell these companies that are advertising on YouTube now, like, this is destroying their company more than it's helping it, because, I mean, how pissed off do you get when you're trying to watch a YouTube video and you get this 5-minute commercial that you can't skip? Really annoying. So, we as consumers get mad when we see these things. So in a world where ads are everywhere, how do you make an ad stand out? How do you get noticed? This is where businesses ought to love and take advantage of Facebook. People love Facebook and Twitter, and with the aid of the top newsfeed default on our Facebooks, companies can get their messages out to the consumers easier, cheaper, and with more success, as long as that company remembers to think and act like a consumer. The consumer newsfeed serves individualized content based on 1. How recently the content occurred or was created, 2. The strength of your relationship with the person or the organization who shared the content, and 3. How many comments and likes the content generates. This is the most important for marketers, because it directly affects whether or not a company's content will be seen in the user's newsfeed. This is where the book used the diamond ring analogy. Okay. Your update or post is the center of the ring, the diamond itself. Whenever a user responds with a comment or a like, that user is defining the edge of that diamond. The more interaction, the sharper the edges become. The crisper these edges, the more likely the content will show up on the newsfeed. For this first point, I think it's important to think about who your audience is when you consider the time of day to post. For example, if you have a teenage audience, you'll want to wait until later in the evening when they're out of class, or if they're college kids, which probably means they're night owls like I am. It is 4 a.m. right now. Maybe you'll want to post at night. So then for the second point, I'll use Skyo as an example. Skyo is a textbook company that I ordered some books from this semester for the first time. They sent me this. This is called a buff. Yeah, it's really weird. They sent it to me with like a piece of paper, and they were like, you can wear this many different ways. It's like a scarf or a tank shirt or a headband or a weird hat. I don't know. But basically, they wanted me to wear it, take a picture of myself, and then post it onto their Facebook and comment like my resolution for the new year in January. So I did it, of course, because what college kid doesn't like to talk about themselves, and B, the contest is giving the winner $2,500. And what college kid doesn't love money or really need money? I mean, let's be real. So this contest is called Resolutions in the Buff. So basically I have to get my friends to go to their Facebook and vote for me. And they usually have to like the Facebook page or whatever, and I'm constantly, when I vote, I'm constantly promoting it on Facebook, Twitter. You can promote it on Google+, and you're like, hey, go to Skyo and vote for me. I really want to win, whatever. I think this is a really good marketing ploy because it's getting people to go to this Facebook. It's getting people to like it. And then eventually, like, all these likes and all this basically traffic going onto this Facebook right now is going to boost, you know, their consumer audience. It's going to bring their posts up to the top of your newsfeed. It's going to get people noticing. And especially for college kids, since we love money and we're sharing it with all of our college friends who also love money, I mean, they're all going to be really interested and be like, oh, you know, I want to do this next semester, or I'm interested, or whatever. And basically, it's getting all the information for this textbook website out there. Because I've never really heard of it before, but I think this was a really good way to get themselves out there and noticed by other college students. Because of course, people that I'm posting to are other college students. So this was definitely a really smart move on their part. So my third point is, when you actually see an ad on your top news feed, you realize it usually has more than 1,000 likes, comments, and shares already. For example, I have one on my Facebook top news feed right now for RuPaul's Drag Race. Now, I've never seen that show, but the post has a picture of a cast member that looks pretty crazy, and it says, share if you used "Oh She Better Don't" this week. Now, I don't know what this means, but now I'm intrigued, you know, and this is getting people who do watch it to share it because, you know, again, they're talking about themselves like, oh yeah, I totally did that, or I watched this, so I understand. And also, it's getting people like me who don't watch the show to see this post and to say, oh, this is a really funny picture, this is a really funny quote, maybe I'll watch it next time. A really important thing this author wanted to stress was Facebook, Twitter, and all social media networks are not broadcast media. They are interactive media. They put the me in media. Who doesn't like talking about themselves or learning about themselves and then talking even more about themselves? If you want people to respond to your brand, ask them questions where they can interact and respond about the one thing they know best, themselves. If you don't know a lot about your consumers, ask them. They'd love to tell you about their interests and their favorite things and just absolutely everything under the sun. Their opinions, everything. This is the most surefire way to bring in likes, to learn about your consumers, and to raise the popularity of your posts and ultimately your brand. Think about it. You all know the head-on commercial, right? Head on, apply directly to your forehead. Head on, apply directly to your forehead. Head on, apply directly to your forehead. Who cares? And what does that even mean? We know that we hate it, and the company thinks that because we hate it, that we're going to pay attention to their project or to their product. Not necessarily. It's hard for companies to unlearn everything they've learned about advertising throughout the years, because it's exactly the opposite now. Because I think that's where we come in. We're the generation of tomorrow, and we've grown up with computers and social media, and we're pretty important to companies. We're fresh minds created around social media, and most importantly, we know all about how to talk about ourselves. So, I don't know. I wanna talk about me, wanna talk about I wanna talk about number one. Oh my, me, my, what I think, what I like, what I know, what I want, what I see. I like talking about you.